Chapter 1, Episode 4 is about explaining the behavior of matter using the particle model. So we can use the particle model to explain some behavior or properties of matter. For example, gases are compressible compared to liquids and solids. For example, if you have a balloon, you can still compress the gases into a much smaller space or a much smaller volume. And we can explain this using the particle models. So as you see here, the particles of gases are far apart from each other. So I can still compress this one into this because these particles can still go into the spaces between the particles. Unlike for solids here, the particles of solids are already very close. So I cannot compress this one anymore because there's no spaces in between these particles. And the same is true for the liquids. Next, heat flows faster in solids than in liquids and gases. So let's try to visualize the particles of solids as this one. They are very close to each other. Meanwhile, for gases, they are far apart. They are far apart from each other. Now again, heat flows from one particle to the other. On this case, since the particles of solids are very close to each other, so the transfer of energy from one particle to the other is much faster compared to the gases because here they are far apart, so it will take some time for the energy to be transferred from one particle to the other.